Hi everybody, it's Julia from Crosspatch, back again. I've had Granny staying for 4 days and I've just dropped her back at the station, so I thought I'd jump in quick and show you what I've been making. So today we're doing a sewing satchel. So we did do this originally with just bits of fabric, but I decided to remake it because I had some stitcheries and I wanted to put them somewhere. And I had some jelly roll strips, so I've redone the pattern, so it's really good if you've got some jelly roll strips, or we have the jelly rolls available on the website. So this is what it looks like from the back. So I'd finished doing this autumn stitchery and I wanted to put it on a bag, and I decided I'd make this again because I had a load of these jelly roll strips cut up, and I worked out a better way of doing it as well, as happens when you make something again. So I've redone the pattern to allow for that. So that's the inside. So you've got your jelly roll strips on your pocket, and that's the outside of that one. So that's more of an autumny coloured one. And this one I couldn't help myself, Tilda. I've had this Busy Bee stitchery stitched up for months, and I thought, I know where that's going to go. So I did a Tilda one as well, which is really pretty. And let's undo the sides and show you the inside. There you go, that's the inside of the Tilda one. Okay, so let's get on to how you make it. Now I'm using some new fabric for the demo one, which has just come in. Depending on when I upload this, the fabrics for this will be on the website from the weekend of the 19th of October. Okay, so as soon as I've finished making up the demo one, I'll put a picture of it on the website. I mean on the community page on YouTube, obviously on the website as well. So what you need to start off with, for the front of your case and for the pockets, you only need 6 jelly roll strips. You will need 2 more jelly roll strips to do the handles, and you will need 2 more jelly roll strips to do your zips. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jelly roll strips roughly. Okay, so take up the 6 jelly roll strips that you want for the front of your bag and sew them all together along the long seam. Okay, I'm going to bring you down to my level now so I can show you the pockets and stuff closer up. Once you've sewn your strips together, you want to cut off a piece that is 25 inches long. So that will be the outside of your bag. So there's your 25 inches long. And then you want to cut off another strip, which is 15 inches long, which will make your pocket. Okay, so you'll end up, there's like a couple of inches wastage on the end, hardly anything at all. Okay, so when you've got your strips for the front of the bag, so you've got 25 inches by the 6 strips by 25 inches, and when you fold them in half, that'll be 2 12.5-inch squares. Okay, on each end, if you want, I put lace on the end of each of mine, like so. You can sew, if you've got a stitchery you want to use up, you can sew that on the front of your bag now, or you can do it at the end, because you just catch it in and it won't go through. Okay, so that's the front of my bag. So once you've finished the front, fuse it. I've fused mine to some H640 wadding. If you press it in half so you know where the bottom seam is, if you've got an erasable pen, you can also draw the line in across the bottom as well. Okay, so put that to one side. So cut a piece of lining fabric. So I've been using linen for my lining. So you want a bit of lining fabric, 25 inches by 12.5. Again, press that in half so you can see where the middle is. Now grab your pocket strips. So your 6 strips, 15 inches long. They're going to be 12.5 inches wide because that's the width of your bag. Get a piece of bag lining and then just sew them together along the top seams of your pockets. So this pocket will do both ends. Okay, we're doing it in one piece this time. It's a much easier way of doing it. When I did the original pattern, I did it in 2 bits. Now I've realised it's obviously a lot easier to do it in one long bit. So Sew them right sides together with the pocket lining just along the top seam, and then turn right sides out and press them. Again, press it in half to find out where the middle of the pocket is. And then at this point, I've stitched down the middle of my pocket, okay? Now we're going to put our zips on. So the zip method is the same. I do all my zips. You want a 12-inch zip. This zip I know for demo purposes is longer, so just pretend this is a 12-inch zip. And you do take your 2 jelly roll strips for each zip by cut them about 13 inches because you can cut off the excess afterwards, and you fold them in half twice to make your binding to go on the outside of your zip, and your zip will sit either side in this binding, and you will sew the binding in place. You don't need to put a zipper foot on, just use your 1/4 inch foot, and I put my stitch length on 3, and I just sew down each side. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to end up with your zip encased, and you now need the tabs for the end. Now the tabs for the end are 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and you just wrap them round your zip. Okay, so wrap them round the end of your zip, making sure that you miss out. So this is a 12-inch zip, and on the end of each end of the zip there's that horrible metal knobbly bit. So if you put the tabs just on this side, the inside of the knobbly bit, because you can cut those horrible bits off, and the same on the other end of the zip. Okay, so wrap your tabs round, cut off your excess, and then you pull your tabs out like so. Instead of folding them over, which I would do now if I was adding this to a bag, I'm going to leave these out because these raw edges will get encased in the side seams of your satchel. Okay, so take your zip to your pocket, and you're going to sew, work out where the middle of the zip is and the middle of your pocket is, and pin the zip in place, and then top stitch it on the top of your pocket. So when you look at the back, when you turn it over on the back, you don't want the zip to be catching on the top of your pocket piece. Just make sure it's just underneath where the zip is. Okay, and then just top stitch that in place. Once you've done that, it will look like that. At this point, you can cut off the excess on each side of the zip, and then you can take this back to your lining fabric, and you can see where you've pressed. If I put that bit of paper under there, you can see where you've pressed down the middle of your lining. You know where the middle of your pocket is because you've already stitched down it. So put the middle of the pocket on there. So pretending we've got a zip on each end now. Okay, and then again I stitch down the middle of the pocket just to hold it in place, pin it, and then stitch down the top of the zip. So just top stitch down there, and then that's your pocket done. Also top stitch down the edges here so they stay in place when you put the right side of your bag on top of it to make the whole bag up. Okay, so then once that's all stitched down, grab your main piece of fabric, put it on top of here, right sides together, stitch all round. Now leave the gap in one top end of your bag because it's easier to turn it out, and then it's easier to fold it in on itself, and you'll just slip stitch the gap closed. Okay, so when you've turned it right sides out, you then need to press it, slip stitch that gap closed, and you need to make your bag handles. So your bag handles are 15 inches long, and they're 2 pieces, 2 jelly roll strips, so 2.5 inches wide, 15 inches long. That's going to be the outside fabric. This is going to be the inside fabric of my bag handle, and I have fused a 2-inch by 15-inch strip of H630 or H640 to that bit. Okay, stitch all the way around, and you leave a gap in one edge for turning, so leave a gap in the middle of the handle and turn it right sides out. So turn it right sides out, and then mark 3 inches from each end. Let's take these. Actually, I can do it like that. And then you just top stitch between each bit to make your bag handle. And when you've made your bag handle, all you need to do then is top stitch that on top of the pocket. Okay, so this one, on the tilde one, I put the lace right at the top and I've top stitched it on top of the lace. On the autumny one, I used some rick-rack and I put the rick-rack further down on the bag so the handles sit just above the rick-rack. And to finish them off, just put some ties level with the top of the pockets on the inside so you can tie them together to keep the holes together. So let's bring you back up. So that's a really quick project to make. You can do it easy peasy in the afternoon. The only bit that takes time is obviously the stitchery, if you're going to put stitchery on top of it. This one, I figured, the one that I'm in the middle, that I've done the demo with, this is some of the fabric that goes with it. So I'm going to fussy cut round this and just put that on the front. Try and fussy cut out a sewing machine in a house or something and put them on the front of the bag. But I will put a picture on the community page as soon as I've finished it. I'm trying to finish so much this week. So these new fabrics are called Cozy House. They're going to be on the website from the 19th of October. And I have cut, well, I haven't cut the jelly roll strips yet. I've only cut enough for myself, but there will be jelly roll strip packs available for it. There will also be layer cake packs, like 10-inch squares, mini charms and charms, which are all cut at the moment. Where are the 10-inch square? Here we are, up here. I've got a load of these cut up so far. There's a certain amount on the website. They're all going to be on the sale page because they're all going to be on special offer. And we're doing a Facebook Live from Malvern on Saturday morning, so I'll be talking about these then. If you like the tilde one, there's tilde strip roll packs available, and there are cozy house, what did I call these? Cozy something cozy anyway. Seems to be the word of the week. Cozy strip rolls available on the website too. I am in the middle of making a quilt as well with the new Cozy House fabrics, and I'm using my Scrappy Patch templates. So I've done 25 of these squares so far. I've got another 15 to go. So that's in the making. And then I'm desperately trying to do Christmassy stuff because I was supposed to be doing a Christmassy demo this week, but I haven't even looked at that yet. I haven't had a chance. Been busy with Granny here, so my mum, so Granny to my daughter, great Granny to the granddaughters. So that's it. That's the demo for today. I hope you enjoy it. In the description of this, I'll put the measurements of what your bag should measure and how long you should cut your strips. If you want an original pattern, there's a pattern on the website. If you really want a pattern as well, you can buy a pattern, but all the measurements will be in the description of this video. So that's it for today, just a quickie again. So I will see some of you on Saturday morning on Facebook Live from Malvern. Hopefully we'll be ready to do a Christmas demo next week. So that's the plan. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.